Hello, everyone. This is Zami Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the Assistant Director of the Austin Comedy Film Festival. We're gearing up for our Summer 2023 session, which is going to screen on July 30th at the Austin Film Society Cinema. And today I'm talking with one of our participating filmmakers. Travis Patten is the writer, director, and editor of Operation Breakfast Menu. Travis, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Zami, thank you so much for having me aboard. And before I forget, I just want to say a huge thank you to Film Festival Circuit, to everyone involved, from Michael all the way down, for some more continued love. We love working with this particular circuit of festivals. So.
Thank you. That means a lot. And Travis is an alumni of the festival who's had multiple submissions in here. So let's jump into it. What inspired Operation Breakfast Menu?
This is an interesting situation about, you say you say you had this idea, it came up, and it was a baby that you gestated for a long time, but it was a little bit different with OBM. We had a number of pretty okay shorts success-wise, and we had gotten known by an investor in Dallas County, and Operation Breakfast Menu served basically as kind of like a trial run for future projects. They kind of want to test our metal, if you will.
Okay.
And it was his idea, and it wasn't a comedy at the time. But when he first told it to me, he wanted to make kind of like a very suspenseful cops and gangsters kind of short film, and I kind of took it, and it's a great credit to my investor. He's the executive producer on the film, Ravi Polichetti, that he trusted my idea to make it a comedy, and then change a lot of the core story around just kind of keeping the spine of it, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Well, so what's that process like then, curbing this into a comedy? He kind of has the structure and what he wants stylistically out of it. And as, like you said, as a test of metal, you do have to fulfill some of those stylistic requirements, I imagine. But what was it like turning it into a comedy?
To me, comedy is the hardest genre.
Okay.
Because all art is a degree of subjective, but with comedy, I mean, what makes one person laugh is going to upset another person
Right.
a lot of the time. And so, when you're trying to write and structure that, especially when someone like me, I'm a fan of spoken dialogue comedy and a comedy and characters. The story
Okay.
doesn't necessarily have to be a comedy, but the characters can be in a lot of situations. And so, and also being in a short format, there's also how much you can get away with as far as a payoff. If you have, say, 3 seasons of a TV show, you can build up your characters and make them known and loved enough to the audience that you can put them in a scary situation, like Operation Breakfast Menu, if you took it as like an episode of Law and Order or something.
Right.
And then you'd have that emotional baggage with you. You care about the characters, but when you have 8 minutes to care about the characters, I found myself kind of leaning at the comedy to where it's like, well, let's not worry about the stakes and worry about the tension and the drama. Let's make it entertaining, and
Totally.
kind of lean on that. What's going to make you just smile through the whole thing.
Well, I love that. And you have that. I mean, the comedy is super consistent, and it's both, funny dialogue, gags, tons of gags, and goofy situations. So you definitely keep that pace going.
Well,
Continue.
Oh no, I was just saying thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. So I'm curious. You've been in the film industry for a long time. You've made a bunch of shorts. What did you learn from this process? Did you take away any new insights on the craft?
With every project we try to do, we try to bake in the screenwriting process new things that we haven't done before.
Okay.
Or like whether that's a different kind of effect shot, or different combination of character ideas or conflicts. Like we had a short where we made a western, and we always wanted to work with horses, so that checked that off the list.
Oh, yep.
So little things that we want to try, and I think with Operation Breakfast Menu, we pick up different crew members along the road, and some of those crew members stick around, and some of those crew members pop in and out, and by the time we did Operation Breakfast Menu, I think we had really kind of found a good core group. I like a small group of very talented people. The less people you're giving direction to, the faster you can go.
Right.
And in the case of Operation Breakfast Menu, I mean, this sounds crazy, but we had 52 setups in one night. Uh,
Wow.
and it was the bulk of the living room shoot. And we always started at 10 p.m. and went till about 4 a.m. And you know, when you have people that you've worked with enough, people that know your language and can end your sentences, and you have enough organization, you know, every shot storyboarded, you know, we know what we want to do with the lights, every setup, that I think on Operation Breakfast Menu that really kind of sharpened that. Like we really kind of found that core group and really learned how
Totally.
fast we could go. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. 52 setups in one night. That's a well-oiled
Uh,
machine.
it's Ed Wood level stuff. Like it's really crazy, like how
Right.
fast we were going. Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. You're developing your core group that
Mhm.
just works so tight. I'm curious. So this is interesting because normally we don't see such a big on-screen cast from shorts. So there's, I mean, it's totally ensemble, and there seems to be a lot of natural chemistry at play. Are
Yeah.
these actors that you've worked with before? What was that on-set process like?
About a little over half of them uh,
Okay.
I had worked with. Well, no, in this case, it was maybe about closer to two-thirds I had worked with
Okay.
before. One of them, one or two of them, I go all the way back to grade school.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so that we did like high school theater together, and things like that. And again, when I was talking about, you know, building those more crew members, with every new crew member comes, oh, I know these actors I've worked with on this film before, and so
Okay. Yeah.
the Rolodex of actors just kind of increases drastically with every person we bring on. And in the case of OBM, it was kind of getting to the point where we knew enough people that had kind of been reaching out. Like they had heard about like other projects we had done in Dallas Fort Worth and things like that, to where they said, hey, you know, do we have something? It's like, well, we have this van full of screwball cops, you know, and you know, do you
Right.
put on some armor and sweat in the back of the pickup truck for a night, and you know, and they're down to do that. You know, you find actors, you know, if you're making a zombie movie, they're down to do worse things with, you know,
Right.
fake blood and pig guts and things like that. So
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. You're developing that crew again, even on screen, and
mhm.
the chemistry does come out. It does seem like everyone's having fun, and that's important. I think, especially for
We
comedy.
are big believers in that because we're so zero budget that we you know, you're trying to find a reason to really, like, why, you know, for actors, you know,
Right.
like, why are you even here? You know, I'm paying you peanuts, you know.
Right.
So we try to have, you know, good catering. Like we try to at least have good food, and try to keep a light, jovial atmosphere. And we think the more we can do that with each production, then the more people are excited to come back or tell people, oh, we had a great time on their set. And that, you know, has been going on now since for about three or four shorts, and it's just getting us more and more good love with each project.
Awesome. I mean, that's a fantastic working philosophy. I'm curious, what is next for you? Do you have more shorts in the works?
Man, we that investor we've been working with, we're still kind of ironing out a feature idea with
Okay.
horror film, because you know what sells better in the indie market.
Right.
And we've been producing these shorts now for a long time, going back to graduate school, and it's something that we've come to now expect. That, you know, it's like well, we got a new project coming, right? Like we got a new short. Uh,
Totally.
Becomes such a fulfilling thing for us that even though we've been prepping on for this feature and kind of bouncing around ideas and writing drafts of scripts, we're still producing, like we're still doing pre-production on shorts and things, to keep trying those new ideas and keeping those muscles kind of flexed, you know.
Excellent. I love that momentum. You're just
Hmm.
keeping the ball rolling.
Yeah, don't
Um,
want to stagnate, you know. Don't
totally.
want to stop. The big difference I saw in a lot of film students when I was going through film production classes and things is a lot of people will make one short and get into a bunch of festivals and sit on those laurels, or they'll make like a handful of projects and pump so much into them, and then not continue doing it.
Right.
And to me, you know, it is like a muscle. You have to keep it exercised and keep it flexed, and the only way to do that is to keep generating products. So.
Totally. That's good advice for people, early in the biz who have a short, and I see a lot too at the festivals where they've been putting it out. They'll hit, many festivals, but then it's like, what's next, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of like, oh, I'm doing the festival thing, and yeah,
Mhm.
they gotta keep working. Is there anything else you'd like to add about Operation Breakfast Menu?
Just a major love to the cast and crew. I mean, I told the stories about late night shoots and things, but I had an actor that I work with a lot tell me this just the other day that we put a lot of trust into the people we bring on board. Like a lot of actors get very highly recommended to us, whether because of their like acting skills or improv abilities or comedic chops or something like that. And with OBM, we really did have a really potent mixture to where, with comedy, when every word's written like that, you'd imagine to be rehearsal, rehearsal, rehearsal. And with this, I could
Right.
trust the caliber of the performers I was bringing on to save us the time and money of doing what would be extensive rehearsals. And they were able to just come on and be professional and really do something funny within by take three or take four, and then we're ready to move on. So yeah, just much love to the cast and crew. Shout out to all those wives and significant others who put up with absences and taking off work and things like that. And specifically my director of photography, Jimmy Walker, and he also did the coloring on the film, which was the first time I'd ever uh, kind of outsourced a post production job to anyone.
Mm.
He just made me look like an amateur with the most impressive node tree on DaVinci Resolve you've ever seen. Like I've never seen anything like it. And I was like, well, do you just want to keep doing the coloring for us? And he said, yeah, sure. So like just locking in one more person and one more great talent and another wonderful experience on the book. So
That's awesome. Well, yeah, it's a highly polished movie. It's so much fun, and it's clear that everyone's operating at full capacity. And I think people are really gonna love this on July 30th at the Austin Comedy Film Festival.
yeah, it's going to be great. I have a lot of love at festivals down in Austin, and I have a number of friends down there, so we always bring a big crew out with us. So yeah, be looking for faculty meeting films definitely down at the Austin Film Society.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Travis, so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots more from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Ziami, and again, much love to everyone at Austin Comedy Film Festival.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Take care.
You too.
Bye.